Hey guys, how you doing? This is Benjamin with Benjamin Exotics. In this video today, we're going to be talking about how to get your ball python out of a sticky situation. Now this is a little bit different of a setup than I normally am in. I don't have like my table or I'm not in my reptile room, but we're just in a hallway. And we're going to be using a door as an example. And I'm going to be showing you guys if you get your snake or your snake gets itself into a bad situation like getting jammed between the door or underneath the door, how to properly take care of it. It's really simple, but the main thing is just don't freak out. So real quick update on this girl as well. This is my 2.5-year-old Mojave female. She's just a beast. Look at this girl. She's like 4 feet long, over 2,000 grams, and she's doing absolutely great with feeding. She feeds every single week. And would probably eat 2 rats a week if I let her, but she'd probably get obese. So I've actually been cutting down the food recently because she just eats that much. But back to the video. So let's say that you're sitting here, and it happens lots of times. You look away for a minute or so, you look back, and your snake, beloved, pet, breeder, whatever, takes its head and its neck and gets it stuck either between the door right here or under the door, or, it could be like, I'll show you really quickly in my setup, what happens a lot of the time. Sorry for the lighting being absolutely crap, and it's a little bit of a mess. These guys right here, they'll either get their head through this, or they'll get them in there, and just stuff like that, or even, I don't think those racks, but things like this, especially that has like the loop, they'll get stuck between them, and then when you try to get them out, they'll just, puff their body up so you can't. And as you can see, right as I left, I scared her head a little bit, but she was about to go into that door frame, basically. Not door frame, the crack. It's very simple to get your snakes out of this situation. I've had it happen many times. Here's what you don't want to do. Number one, don't freak out. If you freak out, what's the thing you're probably going to try to do? Try to slowly or quickly inch the snake out of there backwards against their scales, or underneath the door, especially trying to rip them out. You can't push them forward because with most snakes, it gets to a point where their body's just too thick and they can't fit through there anymore. And if you freak out and you try to pull them out, you're going to damage and do major damage to their scales, which is, going to probably take 1 or 2, maybe even 3 sheds to fix. It's very simple. If your snake gets itself into a situation like that, ask yourself 2 questions. 1, is it life-threatening? Is it to the point where if the snake keeps going forward, it's literally going to kill itself, like if it was going into a vent, or if it was going into a turned-on fan, or something like that? Then, at that point, you can use your own actions to get the snake out, okay? But a door is not life-threatening. Under a door is not life-threatening. Sticking its head in a rack is not life-threatening, okay? This is something that, of course, is not going to kill them, but if it's, something that is life-threatening to them, then, of course, you should take the proper action and get them out, even if you're going to damage their scales. But if it's something simple as a door, what I literally do and what you should do to, first of all, try to prevent this, but if they do get their head in there, literally just leave them there. Okay, it sounds weird. Make sure nobody opens or shuts the door, or nobody's going to freak out when they see it. Leave them in the door, honestly, and just give them a little bit of time, probably 3 minutes max, and they're going to figure out, well, they're too thick to fit through there, and they're eventually just going to inch their way back out. If you try to rip that snake out, it's going to puff up, for one, and when you're ripping it out, you're going to damage its scales tremendously. And I've done it before when I first got started with my baby snake, my first baby snake, Zucchini, when he was about a year old. He got stuck in so many things. He got stuck in racks. He got stuck in doors. He actually, I can show you behind my doors at least. He, this isn't getting stuck, but he was able to actually somehow press himself against this right here and go all the way up, which is, actually pretty cool, but it's not the best thing you want for your snake. And he got in so many situations, and many times I would freak out. And, we all learn from our mistakes, and I'd freak out, ripped him out, and a few times, I'm going to be honest, I really screwed his scales up. And I could have really probably made him permanently lose some of his scales because of the way I did, because I thought, oh my god, he's going to die, there's all these things. I'm talking like he got stuck between a rack one time, and I literally put a big scrape mark on his belly scales, which is one of the worst places that you can do that, because their belly is basically, if they flip over and something bites them there, they don't have any protection there. It's just, flat. Whereas on the top, they have a big bone and they have ribs on the side going down, but the belly is completely exposed, so never do anything like that. I made many mistakes, probably did that about 3 times, then finally I just figured, if he ever does anything like that, whether it be get stuck in toilet paper roll, get stuck in the door frame, just leave him there. It's so simple. But just don't freak out. I mean, this is this is a video that I've never seen anybody talk about before online. So if you're watching this far into the video, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. But seriously, I just can't stress this enough because it's something that nobody talks about on YouTube. Absolutely nobody I've ever seen talk about this. And it's something that beginner owners, it's going to happen to you guys, you know, at least once in your lifetime, or your snake's lifetime, I would guess this is going to happen. If they get stuck in, like, the crack of the door, if they go under the door, if they do anything, leave them there. They will suck air in and not damage themselves and come back out in 99.9% of the cases. If they're sitting there for like an hour and they really can't get out, then you can try to slightly move them out, but that's not barely ever what happens. Try to prevent it. Don't let them get even close to things like that to, you know, relieve you of the stress and hassle of trying to do that. But if it does happen, and with most people, they'll look away for a minute, and it will, just leave them there. What they'll literally do, like this guy right here, or this girl actually, she'd stick her neck in there, stick her head in there, go a little bit, you know, go a little ways in, figure that she couldn't go any further, suck her air in, basically, make herself a little bit skinnier, then back her head out and go somewhere else. If you try to grab that snake and pull them out, they're just going to tighten up, and you're never going to get them out that way. I've had, you know, chairs that have little designs in them, holes and stuff, the snakes get stuck in there. I take the chair, leave it in a room that's open that doesn't have too many places that they can escape and get into, come back in like maybe 15 minutes, and I'll find them at the bottom of the chair, out and unstuck. Do not freak out and try to pull them out of that situation, because if you do, you're going to do much more damage than you will do help, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This isn't something that barely ever gets addressed, and this video probably won't even get too many views because of this, but it is something that I really think people need to be thinking about and considering when they're looking at getting, you know, their first snake. You need to be thinking about this kind of stuff, because if you don't know how to react to it, you could get to the point where you screw your snake's scales up really bad, and you might even lose some of their scales. And, you know, that's not something we want. We want our snakes to be as in, you know, contact as possible. And that's basically the video, guys. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you liked the video, of course, leave it a like. And if you have any questions or situations or comments or, I guess, incidents where stuff like this has happened to you guys, go down in the comments below and tell me how you addressed it. If you freaked out, if you did the right thing, like I've just described to you guys, and just all kinds of different stuff like that. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.